We are gonna love one now, we wanna wait.
And I have been talking about moving in together here in LA.
Ready?
But now talk has turned into me possibly moving to England.
That caught my eye is the same. Is it jealous so you slowly try to wrap you up?
You know, I had my daughter young at 17, and just to see her become this beautiful, amazing young woman is amazing.
Not even a 20-year-old Mike Tyson punching my clock.
Y'all ever wonder how messy it can get when you start dating the daughter of a reality TV star? Let me tell you, it's a hot mess express and we're all here for the ride. So you know how drama just follows some folks like it's their shadow, right? Well, when it comes to Evelyn Lozada's daughter, Shaniece Hairston, the tea is piping hot. This girl has been stirring up all kinds of trouble, especially now that she's linked up with the game. From secret relationships to surprise pregnancies, sis has got the whole internet buzzing and wondering what's really going down. We're about to break it all down, from Shanice's past boo-thangs to the jaw-dropping details of her new baby bump drama. And of course, how getting involved with the game has got everybody talking. So sit tight, grab your snacks, and let's get into this mess. First off, let's get into who Shaniece is. Now, you might know her as Evelyn Lozada's daughter, but this girl has been making waves on her own, especially when it comes to her dating life. Back in 2012, she had a little something going on with Sean Kingston. Yeah, that's right, the Beautiful Girls singer. Sean Kingston straight up said he saw her on TV and was like, I need her. But sis wasn't trying to settle down. She told everyone they were just really good friends. Okay, girl, we hear you.
We are gonna love one now, we wanna wait.
Then there was her relationship with footballer Z Knight. Now let me tell you, that one had folks talking. Z was 32 and Shaniece was just about to turn 19 when they got together. People were side-eyeing the hell out of that relationship, wondering what a grown man like him wanted with a teenager. Not to mention Z had some skeletons in his closet, like that time the cops raided his mama's house and found some not-so-legal stuff. What a mess. Evelyn wasn't here for it either. She was worried about Shaniece moving to England to be with Z, especially since he had money and control over her. And if there's one thing Evelyn knows, it's how bad things can get when you're financially dependent on a man. So she was like, girl, think twice before you pack up and move across the pond. In the end, Shaniece decided to stay put, realizing she wasn't ready to settle down with old Z after all that time.
And I have been talking about moving in together here in LA.
Ready?
But now talk has turned into me possibly moving to England.
Now, fast forward to 2018, and here comes another rumor, Shaniece and Usher. Yep, you heard that right. Word on the street was they were seen getting cozy at Diddy's birthday party. Usher had just split from his wife, and next thing you know, folks were saying Shaniece was his new boo. But Evelyn was quick to shut that down, saying nothing romantic was going on between them. Whether it was true or not, whatever they had fizzled out real quick, and Usher moved on like nothing ever happened.
That caught my eye is the same.
So, that's the lowdown on Shaniece's dating history. She's been linked to some pretty big names, but one thing's for sure. Her love life always keeps folks talking. Now, what do you get when a reality TV star's daughter links up with a notorious rapper? A whole lot of drama, that's what. So, let me paint y'all a picture. It's December 2023, and Shaniece gets spotted leaving Nobu in Malibu with none other than the game. Now, you know the internet went wild with that one. Folks were quick to notice the age difference. The game is 44, and Shaniece just hit her 30s. But that's not the only thing that had folks talking. We all know the game has a reputation for liking younger women. So this wasn't exactly surprising, but it sure was messy.
Is it jealous so you slowly try to wrap you up?
People were already side-eyeing the situation, questioning what a girl like Shaniece was doing with a man like the game. But let's be real, this ain't her first time stepping out with an older man. Still, the streets were buzzing, especially because the game's history ain't exactly squeaky clean, and folks were wondering how deep this thing was about to go. Fast forward to June 2024, and boom! Shaniece drops a bomb on Instagram, revealing her baby bump with a slick caption, "Oh, and happy Father's Day, baby daddy." Now, she didn't tag the game or say his name outright, but you know the internet detectives didn't need much more to connect the dots. The drama hit a new level, especially since the game's ex-fiancée, Tiffany Cambridge, is tight with Shaniece's mama, Evelyn. Talk about awkward. Everyone was whispering about how Shaniece went from dating a footballer to now possibly being the game's third baby mama. And let's not forget, this whole situation was extra messy because of the game's past with Tiffany. The fact that Shaniece is now linked to him had folks questioning her choices, wondering why she would even entertain the idea of being with him, let alone having his baby. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, the game goes on the Tacos and Shawarma podcast in August 2024. He confirmed he's expecting a child, but the way he said it, boy, he was real hesitant to even bring up Shaniece's name. He was more focused on talking about how different it'll be parenting at his age, and less about the woman carrying his child. It was like he wanted to keep things low-key, but the cat was already out the bag. The game made it clear he's got a baby on the way, but he didn't seem too eager to be tied to Shaniece publicly. This whole situation just screams complicated, and you gotta wonder, where does this leave Shaniece? Is she really about to be caught up in the game's whirlwind? Or is this just another chapter in her already drama-filled love life? Now, you know folks had a whole lot to say when news broke about Chenise and The Game. Social media was lit up with people dragging Shaniece, saying she's just following in her mama's footsteps as a jersey chaser. Folks were seriously disappointed, like, girl, you really out here trying to be a third baby mama to The Game? The public outrage was real, with many criticizing her for getting involved with someone who's known for his messy and complicated relationships. They felt like she should have known better, but instead, she's out here making the same mistakes people have seen her mama make on reality TV for years. There was even talk about whether Evelyn had a hand in coaching her daughter on how to navigate these kinds of relationships. People were saying, well, Evelyn's been there, done that, so maybe she's giving her daughter some tips on how to play the game. No pun intended. The media loved this angle, pushing the narrative that Shaniece wasn't just making these choices on her own, but might have been influenced by her mom's experiences and advice. It was like the story just kept getting messier, with every new detail making folks more and more convinced that this was all about the money and the fame. The media had a field day, and Shaniece found herself under a microscope, with everyone watching to see what her next move would be. The whole situation turned into a spectacle, with people debating whether she was really in love or just looking for a come-up. So what's really going on behind the scenes with Evelyn and her bestie Tiffany now that Shaniece is caught up with the game? Now you already know when family and friendships mix with drama, it can get real messy. Shaniece getting involved with the game? That's got to be putting some serious strain on Evelyn's friendship with Tiffany Cambridge. Let's not forget Tiffany and Evelyn go way back, and seeing your best friend's daughter all boot up with your ex? That's a tough pill to swallow. It's the kind of situation that can make things awkward real quick. Even though they're still following each other on Instagram, which might make you think everything's cool, we all know social media ain't the whole story. You can bet there's some tension simmering beneath the surface. Folks are probably side-eyeing each other in those group chats, and let's be real, how often do you think they're actually hanging out like they used to? This kind of drama has a way of putting distance between people, no matter how long they've been friends. You've got to wonder what Evelyn's really thinking about all this. On one hand, she's always been about securing the bag and making sure you don't rely too much on a man. But on the other, she's been through enough drama herself to know how these things can play out. Evelyn's got to be looking at Shaniece's choices and shaking her head, thinking, girl, you're setting yourself up for a world of hurt. Given Evelyn's own history and the advice she's dropped on shows like Basketball Wives, she's probably a little worried that Shaniece is repeating some of her own mistakes.
You know, I had my daughter young at 17, and just to see her become this beautiful, amazing young woman is amazing.
Getting too caught up with a man who might not be in it for the long haul. This situation could definitely put a strain on their mother-daughter relationship. Evelyn's been through the ringer with men, and she knows how hard it is to pick up the pieces when things fall apart. She might be trying to give Shaniece space to make her own decisions. But you know, a part of her is itching to step in and say, baby girl, this ain't it. So what's the latest with Chenise and The Game after all that mess hit the fan? Well, from what we can see on social media, Shaniece is keeping it cute and quiet. No major drama, just a few posts here and there showing off her baby bump and living her life. As for The Game, he's been laying low, too. Not saying much about his relationship with Shaniece or their baby on the way. But you know how these celebs are, always keeping us guessing. They haven't been spotted together in public recently, and their social media is pretty much drama-free for now. But who knows what's really going on behind the scenes? Looking ahead, what's next for Shaniece? Well, she's got options. She could decide to stay out of the limelight, focusing on raising her child and living a more private life. But given her mom's track record, we wouldn't be surprised if Shaniece follows in Evelyn's footsteps and dips her toes into reality TV or other public ventures. Whether it's a new show, brand deals, or something else entirely, Shaniece could easily make a name for herself if she plays her cards right. But she's got to be careful. People are watching closely, and any wrong move could bring even more scrutiny. In the end, only time will tell where this story goes. But one thing's for sure, Chenise and The Game aren't done keeping us entertained just yet. Whether they stay in the spotlight or fade into the background, we'll all be watching to see what happens next. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated.
Not even a 20-year-old Mike Tyson punching my clock. Got Meek on a song after this, and he used to be my op.